Number 14, Vandy. Number 19, Tennessee. Tennessee is a 3-point favorite in this one. The over-under I have is 25 camera shots of Diego Pavia's mom. We get it. Okay? Everybody now understands it. We get what's going on here. Let's move on. What else is going on? Vandy trying to win, have the rest of the college football world crumble, and that's basically the only way that Vandy's getting into the playoff. Hear me out here. This might go against conventional modern college football fan thinking, and I realize that the position that I am in is very different from someone that lives and breathes this on the Vandy side. And there are plenty of people that do that. Trust me, Vandy fans more online than people realize. So I don't want to tell you how to feel, but just kind of hear me out with this. Watch this game without thinking about the playoff. Seriously, don't scoreboard watch. Don't do any of that stuff. Just watch this game and have it fully locked in on what Vandy can actually control. Because at this point, there's so much outside of this that is just beyond what you can control. You're at 14 right now in the playoff rankings. Jumping probably 4 spots is going to be darn near impossible with how these matchups now look for teams that are ranked ahead of Vandy. And if chalk plays out with teams like BYU and Miami, Utah, even Alabama, who, by the way, would still have the head-to-head against Vandy, you're going to know well before Selection Sunday that your team isn't going to the playoff. And that sucks for a 10-2 team. It really does. Because I thought going into this 12-team playoff, 10-2 would be the benchmark. It would be get to 10-2 and you're going to be safe. And instead, that has just not been the case for all of these power conference teams. Like, I think there's a pretty decent chance that there's going to be maybe 5 power conference teams who are going to win 10 games and get left out of the college football playoff this year. Last year, that number was 2. And yet most of the complaining came from the 9-3 teams who got left out, which now, like, 9-3 teams, I mean, get out of here. You're not even sniffing the table. You're not even walking. You're not even looking at that playoff building. Vandy cannot control the fact that those wins on their resume haven't held up as well as they could have hoped. So in my opinion, Vandy fans should just pretend that the playoff isn't in the cards and appreciate the other elements of this one. Appreciate the fact that you've got your best quarterback in program history who is desperately trying to get to New York. We'll get a few reminders of that during this game. Appreciate the fact that you've got a 9-win team who has a legitimate shot to take advantage of a porous Tennessee defense. Appreciate the fact that you've got this elite coaching staff that always seems extremely well prepared and is very rarely outcoached, no matter what that talent disparity is. Appreciate all this, because if you win this game, disappointment should not be your first emotion. Okay? If looking around at other scores is like going to impact your mood, just don't. Just don't. If you've got people saying, hey, we've got 3 of these teams that are on upset alert and it's been a crazy weekend in college football, all right, then you can shift your attention to that. But there's a really good chance that that will not be the case. And instead, this will be the only thing that you have to appreciate. Okay? And it won't be worth it to get into this resume debate or that resume debate. The hay's in the barn. Hay's in the barn with all that stuff. I'm really tempted to pick Tennessee here because I do think that when Vandy has seen a quarterback that can kind of sit back there, pick them apart, that's when they've been at their worst. This could be a tough matchup for Vandy, knowing that the Vols are really exceptional when Joey Aguilar is not throwing picks. 4-0 against power conference competition when that doesn't happen, when he doesn't throw an interception. Vandy had the 3 picks against Kentucky, but that was their first game with an interception since the Bama game. Yeah, that was early October, week 6, I want to say. Yeah, week 6. And they had just 1 takeaway in the 4 games before Kentucky. But I'm not betting against Diego Pavia when he's playing at this level. I'm just not. Tennessee doesn't have a win against an FBS bowl team this year. 25-52 is the combined records of the FBS teams that they have beaten this year. Give me Vandy. Give me Vandy to win 38-35 in a shootout.